a nuestra disposición.
If it wasn't for Honor's goons, I would thump that reactionary misogynist on the head.
Oh, I take the axe
No court
myself
would
if I'm
convict
just
me. It would be
moisturising my hands.
justified
This,
homicide.
dry air. Well, you understand.
Honor Hilaris. An unpleasant man with an unpleasant name. He's standing in the way of our mission. We must get rid of him. Without murdering anyone, of course.
A ver. ¿Qué podemos hacer?
I wish I had wings. I could just fly to the Purple Mountains. After I get some proper directions. That's it. The home of Abnaxis. Now, I just need to find a way inside.
I got nothing. I mean, aside from murdering, but you seem to be so against that all of a sudden.
Hombre, puedes ir a molestar al puto, ¿no?
Crow, could you fly over there for me?
Why?
Just trust me.
Why?
Jesus, please, Crow.
Fine. Pardon me for wanting to play a role in my own destiny. I'll do it.
Vale. En serio. Pero quédate ahí, ahorita sea.
Again? Seriously? Ugh. Fine.
A talking
Geronimo!
bird. Filthy magic. Damnation, where did it go?
Ah. Hemos llamado su atención.
Yeah, I know the drill.
Hold still, you filthy little fowl.
Ah.
What? Not again.
¿Qué podríamos hacer? ¿En el agua a lo mejor?
Are you doing this just to annoy me? Because it's working.
Don't move, I've got you now. Crazy. What kind of shoddy job are the Azadi doing when there are still talking birds flapping about? They should provide us with a few of their explosive sticks so that we can take matters into our own hands and eradicate this sorcerous plague.
Algo hay que hacer aquí.
Someday soon I'm gonna complain to the Guild of Sidekicks about this.
Wait for it. Damnation, where did it go?
Ah. A lo mejor en los barriles. A ver.
Thank the gods of feathers, you're paying me well.
En el muro a lo mejor le dará a alguien, ¿no? Con la piedra.
Do?
Eso estaría muy bien.
Filthy little fowl. What? Not again.
¿Se ha cargado algo?
That's where I need to go. But I'm not getting inside until those men are all gone. That's where I need to go.
Vale.
But I'm not getting inside until those men are all gone.
¿Habrá que repetir el por encima del muro?
Again? Seriously? Ugh. Fine.
No está mal porque llama la atención si le da a alguien. No, no tiene pinta. Vale. Sitios que aún no he probado. Está.
Yeah, I know the drill.
Wait for it.
Vale. ¿Qué es esto? Vale. Ah.
Are you doing this just to annoy me? Because it's
A ver que
working?
no entiendo.
Still, you filthy little fowl.
Con esos no se puede hablar, ¿no? A ver qué podemos hacer aquí. No.
That God's damn talking bird! Magical aberration! If I get my hands on the filthy feathered thing, I'll twist its scrawny little... language. What can I do for you, young madam?
Let's play this nice and cool, Zoe. About that talking bird that's bothering you.
Yes? What about it?
I just saw it.
Where? Where? Go look for that goddamn bird over there.
Ah. Vale.
Someday soon I'm gonna complain to the Guild of Sidekicks about this.
Don't move, I've got you now.
Ouch.
Soft-headed fool. We'll need to carry him home to have someone look at his head. The tree can wait until tomorrow.
Perfecto. ¿Qué pasa, Nayara?
I'd do it myself, but someone needs to lead the way and keep an eye out for...
¿Verdad? Mírala.
Brilliant! First, I did my thing, and then that goofball tried to hit me with a rock, and then stuff happened, and Dung for Brains got knocked out, and then they all left. End scene. It was almost like one of those puppet shows that Wizard puts on in the square. It was hilarious!
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
¿Verdad?
That's the most fun I've had since... I don't know, I guess since I hung out with April all those years ago.
Tristeza. Tristeza.
Locked, but I have the key.
Vamos. Sí, el peinado yo creo que se han basado en la liga del
This place
retorno
looks a
del
lot bigger on the inside. It is a lot bigger on the inside. Okay, this is freaky. I feel dizzy. There must be magic here because this makes no sense. Things can't be bigger on the inside than on the outside. Then again, why should I be surprised? I've seen weirder things. Weird is my new normal. Right, so, clues.
Vale, vamos a ver qué tenemos por aquí.
Those are some portentous-looking books. I wish I could read them.
Podrías, ¿no?
Amnaxis was a very well-read man. Thing.
Uh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Someone's here. Someone... Who's... Oh, God.
Ah, Brian.
Just apologize, ma'am. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Zoe Castillo.
You're the last person I expected to find here.
Brian
I remember him
Westhouse.
from my last visit to Mercuria. Brian, right?
Right. Brian. Brian Westhouse. We spent a few days in cramped quarters on a small airship. I'd be surprised if you didn't remember me.
It's been a confusing year. For a while, I remembered nothing. Even when I tried my best to remember, I couldn't. Well, not until now.
I know that feeling all too well, Miss Castillo. So you're back in Mercuria, and in this place of all places. How in the name of the balance did you get inside?
¿Y tú?
People have been trying for years, but this house has strong wards. Venar magic, the oldest there is. And now I understand why. It's a treasure trove. Wait, is that the Annals of Dreaming? Good God, that's a lost treasure. Only 5 were ever made.
I'm not sure I want to tell this man absolutely everything yet. I know my way around wards.
So I see. Your talents run deeper than I remember, Miss Castillo. I'm impressed. Pardon my curiosity, but what are you looking for here? Abnaxis himself vanished a decade ago.
I should trust Brian. There's no point hiding anything from him. It's not that I don't trust him, but I was just curious about what was in here.
You know what they say about curiosity, Miss Castillo?
It killed the cat?
What? No. Curiosity is the doorway to knowledge and wisdom. Looks like I picked the perfect day for a stroll in the green.
Qué
I
coincidencia,
was
¿eh?
wondering why that odorous Hilarious fellow wasn't still trying to chop this tree down. Now I know. Let's see if we find anything interesting, shall we?
Precisamente ese libro.
Looks like a handwritten note. It's another one of Abnaxis's notes.
Interesting.
Westhouse might be able to decipher that note.
Vamos a investigar primero y luego venimos a por el libro.
There are enough musty old books here to fill a university library's special collection of musty old books. Those are some portentous-looking books. I wish I could read them.
Doctor... ¿Quién?
This is fascinating.
Exacto. Exacto.
Amnaxis was a very well-read man. Thing. There are enough musty old books here to fill a university library's special collection of musty old books.
Vale,
Those
ya.
are some
Creo que ya no hay
portentous-looking
más.
books. I wish I could read them.
Está el emblema del equilibrio en el techo.
Notes. Notes everywhere. Mr. Westhouse, Brian. He seems very enthusiastic and friendly. Probably. I have a hard time reading him, to be honest.
Right. Have you found anything of interest? Keep looking. This place is a treasure trove.
Ya, me tengo que llevar ese libro y si no te importa.
What do you think this means?
I'm not sure there's much to learn from that one.
Ajá.
Abnaxis left so much behind. There's a wealth of information here.
This looks interesting.
The first dreamer references in the annals of dreaming. That's this book right here. And the chapter about the first dream, it's certainly a starting point. Let's see what it says.
Can you read that book?
I've lived in Arcadia for decades, and there hasn't been much to do aside from studying ancient texts, so yes, I can read this book. Let's see, the chapter in question speaks of the Ular. They are said to be wardens of the Dreaming One, whatever that means.
Ah.
It's a rough translation. The English language isn't quite up to the task. The Ular and the Yete, one people that split into two. That sounds familiar. It says here the Yete left the Purple Mountains to go south to burrow into the ground. Something about a well of dreams. I mean, I don't know how much of this is true and how much is fantasy or prophecy. It's a difficult book to decipher. There's also something about two dreamers becoming one. It's vague. This is almost certainly a prophecy of some sort. The Ular live on Cloud Peak. It's in the mountains of Yedra. Where's that on the map? Ah, there it is. Straight north across the plains, right in the middle of the border mountains. This is an old book, so I don't know if they still live there. I've never heard of the Ular. They might all be dead.
That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages. That note fell out of the annals when Westhouse turned the pages. Looks like a handwritten note.
I knew it!
This note fell out from the pages of the annals. What's a soulless stone?
I'm not sure. The Soul Stone was taken from Luke's by the warlock Clax. It must be retrieved, or the past, present, and future will cease to be.
That sounds ominous.
It does indeed. I don't know about any Soul Stone, but I'm guessing this Clax fellow does. I wonder if Abnaxis means old Roper Clax. April told me his story. He was a two-bit wizard who resided in a floating castle up north near the border mountains. April said she taught him a lesson. She didn't get into any details, but he lost his castle. Last I heard, he's doing children's theater here in town. Reformed, apparently, if that's a thing a wizard is capable of. Sounds like this Soul Stone is important.
Podría ser, podríamos ir a por Clax.
If you see anything that looks relevant, let me know. I can probably decipher it for you.
I don't know where to go next. I should stay here and look for more clues. It's another one of Abnaxis's notes.
Vale, no sé si serán todas. A ver si encontramos más pistas.
Let's see. There. Cloud Peak, just like the book said. This is it. This shows the way to the Purple Mountains.
Down before I forget it.
I'm sure Abnaxis won't mind me borrowing this. I'll return it to him in person, if I make it to Cloud Peak.
Yeah. Todo desbloqueado. Maps.
Let's see. There.
I knew
Cloud
it.
Peak,
I
just
knew
like
it.
the book said. This is it. This shows the way to the Purple Mountains.
Fascinating.
Westhouse might be able to decipher that note. What do you think this means?
I'm not sure there's much to learn from that one.
Yo creo que me lo está ocultando todo, ¿verdad?
I should get going. Should we...
Would you mind terribly if I stayed here to read these books?
Well, it's private property, isn't it?
Obnoxus isn't coming back, and I've been itching for a chance to peruse his library for years now. I promise I won't remove anything or make a mess.
Rechazar. No es que no me fío de Brian
You
Westhouse.
might have the best of intentions, but I made a promise to blind Bob. I'd feel awful if anything happened to Obnaxus's abode. I'm sorry, I don't think I can let you stay in here.
I'm not sure I need your permission.
I...
Only joking. I understand. I'll take my leave now, Miss Castillo. I certainly hope we'll see each other again soon.
No podemos llevarnos el libro, ¿eh? ¿No lo necesitamos? No, la verdad es que tenemos las respuestas y la información. El libro no lo necesitamos ya, de entrada. Vamos a ver, vamos a hablar con Robert Clax. Si lo encontramos.
Didn't you say something about a wizard and a puppet show?
Nope.
No, you did. You said something about a show in the square.
I did not.
Crow.
Oh, right! Roper Clax's Fingerlings! Man, that show's great. A modern classic.
Clax. He's the wizard April Ryan fought.
That's right. He was behaving badly, so she fought him and trapped him inside some sort of calculating machine. Pretty clever stuff.
Where can I find this puppet show?
I'll show you.
Se me acaba de ocurrir una idea súper perturbadora. Se me acaba de ocurrir una cosa súper perturbadora. ¿Cómo apareció Brian Westhouse aquí de repente? ¿Y cómo apareció? ¿Y cómo llegó de este? ¿Cómo llegó Cuervo desde la ciudad de los oscuros hasta la otra?
I must admit that I'm getting rather excited about seeing their newfangled... They're timing it to coincide
¿Y si es
with...
Cuervo disfrazado?
That makes sense. Pretty good. I mean, reaping's a great time.
Aquí hay mucha actividad, ¿no? Muy bien. No tengo el No tengo la agenda aquí. No te
Well, yes. Yes, it is.
The Asadi remind me of the Eye. Fascist soldiers are the same everywhere, even across parallel dimensions.
Vale, será esta plaza. Puede ser esta. ¿Qué es esto, por cierto? La oficina de la ley. A ver. ¿Era esta? ¿Puede ser esta? ¿Plaza?
I fit right in with the locals.
The National Front. I'm all for it. It's about bloody time we started.
A map of the city. This could be useful.
Es una aventura gráfica. Es la tercera parte del The Longest Journey. Y es complicado decir de qué va el juego, porque al estar la historia tan metida, tan adentrada, es complicado. Vale, aquí estamos. ¡Madre mía! Hombre, hola.
Roper Clacks, I presume. He looks wizardly, as in how I expected wizards to look when I was 10.
Es que no hemos encontrado a aquí está, pero
I feel better having Crow around, even though I'm not sure what he can do. Still, a useless sidekick is better than no sidekick. I'm not saying he's useless.
Vale, vamos allá a hablar con él.
If you'll seek an autograph, you must purchase my book first. It's on sale today. Only...
No, sorry. I need to talk to you.
Talk, hmm? Well, I only have a few minutes before my show begins, but I'm sure I can spare a couple of them for a pretty young thing like you.
A ver.
Didn't he and April have some sort of confrontation? Do you remember April Ryan?
April Ryan? Oh, yes, of course, absolutely, certainly, naturally. The bitch... The brave young woman who came to my castle and stole it. And helped me put my sorceress past behind me. How could I possibly forget?
He's
A ver.
obviously got some issues with April. I'd be curious to learn more. So, about April.
Why does everyone want to talk about April Ryan? She was just a weak little human who stumbled onto things she didn't... No, I must apologize. You see, April and I had some disagreements in the past.
Madre mía.
I'm past that now. I'm a different person. As for April Ryan, I hear she suffered an ignoble death at the hands of our Azadi benefactors. What a shame. What a terrible, terrible shame.
Se le ve realmente afectado, ¿eh?
This has to be the right man. It's an odd name for a children's puppet show. The Fingerlings.
Ah, my beloved finger puppets, beloved by all children and critics alike. Gilbert Grutton of the Daily Mercurian called my show simply astonishing and wrote that it was quite impossible to look away. I couldn't believe my eyes and like a slow-motion cart wreck. You see, the Fingerlings represent a revolution in finger puppeteering, or as I call it, fingering, trademark and patent pending. The women in particular are quite ecstatic about it. Stay for the show. I guarantee.
Por favor, basta con
This has
las
to be the right man.
con las segundas interpretaciones.
You are Roper Clax, right? The wizard?
Who told you that?
Well, that sign, for one.
No, the wizard part. Who told you? I mean, I'm merely a humble finger puppeteer trying to make an honest living in a cold and heartless world.
But you were a wizard once.
Fully rehabilitated, I don't go anywhere near sorcery, not anymore. You should really read my highly acclaimed and best-selling memoir, A Farewell to My Wizarding Ways. It's a thrilling story of redemption and romance, of dashing heroes and wicked villainesses, of flying castles and curious calculating devices. Every word of it as true as the night is dark and the day is bright, of course.
A ver, piedra alma,
I
esto
might
es lo
as
que
well get
necesitamos.
right to it, seeing as his show is about to begin. Do you recall owning a soul stone?
A soul stone? I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just wondering, since there are so many impressive tales about your powers where I come from.
And where would that be?
That
Was a long time ago. In another life. I've moved on. I'm a different person now in every way.
I was just wondering what happened to the stone.
She took it, that bitch. Balance? Pardon me? I don't know where that came from.
Who?
Yaga, the wicked witch of the north, as these simpletons call her. As if they have any idea who and what she truly is. She lurks in Riverwood in the dark places. She feeds on that stone like a... like
Pero esa no era.
that's in the past, and I've left it all behind long ago. Now I make an honest living bringing joy to children through my most excellent and revolutionary finger puppet theatre. And on that note, I must beg your pardon, young miss. The show is about to begin.
Can we please talk again afterwards? I have some more questions.
Sure. Absolutely. After the show. Yes. Toodaloo.
Yes, here we go. This is gonna be so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and... well, humans... and you, Azadi soldier standing over there, you're welcome to watch, just don't rattle your sabers or rustle your suits. Welcome to this morning's performance of... The Fingerlings. I am your host and puppeteer, Roper Clax, esteemed thespian and raconteur, author and entrepreneur. My book is available for purchase with a free personalized dedication. Speak to me after the show. A donation is both appreciated and expected. Drop your coins into the box after the show. Remember that every iron piece goes towards a good purpose.
Woohoo! Go fingerlings!
My beloved fingerlings! Handcrafted reproductions of renowned actors from across Arcadia, immortalized in finger puppet form by skilled artisans. Using only the finest fabrics and natural materials, these lovely creatures are as dear to me as children, and as talented and protean as the finest human players. You're all welcome to approach the stage after the show, of course, to admire my finely crafted miniatures up close and intimately. No food, no touching, no children. And now, beloved audience, prepare yourselves for a journey into mystery, for a true story of wizardry and magic. I present to you the tale of the good-hearted wizard and the villainous winch.
Claro.
Once upon a time, in the distant north, there lived a kindly old wizard in a wonderful flying castle. This very friendly wizard liked to tease and toy with the people of the land, and sometimes he would do silly things like turn them into stone or furry animals and bottle up the wind. Naturally, he meant no harm, and the people of the land loved the wizard like they would a grandfather, a very young and very, very handsome grandfather.
Claro.
But one day, an evil sorceress from a distant land came to visit the kindly wizard. This ugly, selfish witch didn't understand that the wizard was only trying to make people happy. She used her dark sorcery to steal all of his possessions and trap him inside a tiny little box where the gentle wizard was barely able to breathe. The poor old man was trapped for many moons inside this box before a benevolent wandering god arrived to free him from his prison. The wizard pledged eternal allegiance to the wandering god in return for vengeance against the cruel witch who trapped him. Together they...
There he is, Commander. The dangerous loon who's corrupting our youth with his occult finger rings.
¿En serio?
What's this? What are you doing? What's going on? You can't... Hey! Hey, hands off!
You're teaching children of magic, old man. You ought to know better.
Release me, you dishonorable brute!
By the authority vested in me by the Greater Azadi Empire and the Emissary, and in accordance with provisional imperial law prohibiting any and all teachings of occult magic, I'm taking you into custody.
You can't do this! You don't know who I am!
Tell it to the magistrate, wizard.
My fingerlings! My precious handcrafted fingerlings! No!
Que no ha hecho nada malo. Estaba haciendo un show de marionetas.
I cannot believe that they arrested him. What a travesty.
I didn't see that coming.
I guess the Azadi aren't fans of creepy puppet shows either.
I think it had more to do with him being a wizard. Okay, shit. So what now? He was my only lead to the Soul Stone. All I have to go on is something about a Yaga and Riverwood.
Riverwood? I know Riverwood. I've been to Riverwood. If it's Riverwood you need, I know how to get to Riverwood.
Really? And the Yaga? The Wicker Witch?
I don't know anything about Yagas, but I do know something about witches in Riverwood. On my last trip there, we had a close encounter with one of them. That witch is toast, of course, but I can probably find my way back to Riverwood. It's north. We go north. Wait, which way is up? Yeah, north.
Okay. Okay. That's something, right? Much better than nothing. We just need a way to get north that doesn't involve me walking all the way.
Or me flying. I'm not flying all that way. I tire easily. Wait. I feel a cunning plan coming on. Follow me, Zoe.
A ver.
It's either a cunning plan or I need the toilet. But I'm pretty sure it's a cunning plan.
A ver qué trama. Voy a tener que ir cerrando ya. Se está haciendo tarde. Oh,
I still can't believe you pulled
qué
off the
chulo.
voice and the whole fake hand thing.
The hat looked great on you.
Totally. Not so sure about the beard, though. My face is itchy. Speaking of faces, I can never show mine in Mercuria again. Not after that last bit we did.
If everything goes well, you won't have to.
At least we have a ride. Can I trust this thing?
They're docile cows, the Elguan. Just leave it to me. Mush, Daisy, mush!
Whoa, I think you're upsetting her.
I'll leave the cowgirling to you. I'll fly ahead and scout the terrain instead. Don't lose sight of me!
Muy bien. A tope, ¿no? A tope, cómo mola. Muy bien, pues lo vamos a dejar por aquí y mañana seguiré. Mañana seguiré con el Dreamfall Chapters.